and welcome to Variety Varnish. My name is Sheila and today we are doing our faves for spring 2020. So this is a big collaboration with a bunch of wonderful nail YouTubers, and the list for all the participants is down below in my description box. So if you could go ahead and check that out, that would be great. I'm sure these other ladies have a lot of wonderful polishes to share with you this week. So first and foremost, I want to thank Walker again from Olive Ave Nails. I'm all confused as to whether I'm going to say Olive Ave Nails or Olive Ave Polish, because she did just start her own line of nail polish. But I digress. I want to thank Walker from Olive Ave Nails for organizing this yet again, and also for giving us a whole week to be able to participate. And so this whole week is going to be awesome. If you click on hashtag our faves for spring 2020, the whole entire week, you'll have a bunch of these amazing nail YouTubers just creating videos and sharing with you guys our favorites for spring of 2020. So if you're new to my channel, welcome by the way, or if you have been on here for a little bit, you guys know that I am a very seasonal wearer. I am a very traditional sort of winter, spring, summer, and fall girl. I live in upstate New York, and so the seasons are very stark in differences. We have a very, very brutal winter and a brutal summer and everything in between. And so what you're going to see for my picks for spring are very spring colors, you know, your traditional pastel, your Easter colors. And so if you like that kind of stuff, I do hope that you enjoy the polishes that I've picked for you today. And if not, hopefully it will inspire you to try out some of these very traditional, very sort of basic spring shades that I love to wear during this time. And so yes, we're gonna go ahead and get started. So just as I usually do with these seasonal collab videos, I have my swatch flower handy for swatching. So I'm going to show you all the polishes that I have picked for you today for my spring 2020 favorites. And of course, I'm going to start with a white because I am a huge follower of fashion rules, if you know, for lack of a better description. And for me, spring isn't spring without spring whites. But I don't love stark white polishes. I just don't love the look of them. I think they look so much like white out on your nails. So my absolute favorite white cream is this one right here from OPI, and it's called Funny Bunny. Funny Bunny is a little bit more of a kind of like a creamier ivory white than a stark white. Yeah, so hopefully it'll show you how creamy this polish is. There you go. So as you can see, it's not like stark white. It's like a much softer, creamier white. And I'm hoping that when I layer this into 2 or 3 coats, it will show you even more how like sort of creamy that white is. So I'm going to turn it into my skin tone right there so you can probably see. It's such a beautiful white. It's also a little bit on the squishy side. And so I love that it has like sort of that like crelly-ish, jelly-ish look. So it's very pretty. And that is OPI's Funny Bunny. So sticking to the white category, I love wearing white crellies. I am addicted to white crellies. And today I have for you MJ Lacquer's Moving On Up. This was given to me as a PR sample, and I totally fell in love with this polish. And I have tons of white crellies, but this one is just so beautiful. I love the combination of all the glitter in there. It is super packed, and I also love that this crelly is very much opaque. Like, I don't know, but you can totally get away with one coat on this Crelly. And it's just, for me, it's just so beautiful. I love the combination of the glitters, the purple, the green, and kind of like that copper glitter in there. Just an absolutely beautiful spring white Crelly, in my opinion. And that is MJ Lacquer's Come On Weezy. The third polish I have for you is a yellow, and I have to tell you that my favorite spring yellow has always been Revlon's Buttercup. I mean, I would be lying if I didn't say that was my favorite. But this year I found a very similar and hence a new favorite. And this is H&M's Lemon Tart. And this is actually their new release for spring 2020 this year, and this is limited edition. This is so beautiful. It is quite similar in sort of mood to Revlon's Buttercup, and I'm going to show you a bottle shot comparison. This to me is sort of like a custard yellow, a little bit deeper than Buttercup and a little bit less lemony. And look at that. I mean, if that is not the perfect sort of Easter yellow, I don't know what is. So this is H&M's Lemon Tart. The next polish I have for you is a pink. Spring wouldn't be spring without a nice pastel baby pink. And like I said, I'm a very traditional spring wearer, and I just fell in love with Painted Phalanges Selectively Social, and this is a PPU offering from January 2020. This is just such a beautiful polish to me. I've always worn sort of the type of pinks that are very, you know, baby pink, but this one just gives it a little bit extra with these beautiful, beautiful flakies. I mean, it's kind of just like, it's like pink sand. I always describe it as pink sand, and to me it's just one of the most beautiful pink polishes I really have in my collection. This is my one and only so far from Painted Phalanges, and look at that. I mean, on the nail it just looks so dainty, so beautiful, and it's just so multifaceted, this polish. I absolutely love it. And that is Painted Phalanges Selectively Social. So now we're going to go into the blues, and the first blue that I want to show you guys is Mint Candy Apple. This is a mint blue from Essie. Now I wanted to give you a caveat. This is the original Mint Candy Apple. The Mint Candy Apple that you can buy nowadays is more green leaning, and so if you see a Mint Candy Apple that is more blue than green, then that is the original old formula. Now that being said, before they reformulated this formula, it is not the best formula, but the color payoff on this is just absolutely beautiful. Look at that blue. It's like a sky blue and a baby blue and a minty blue. It's just so beautiful. Now, if you notice, my brush is no longer the skinny Essie brush. I actually used one of my old Pacifica brushes. So I use this Pacifica top coat, and when I finish a bottle, I find that these brushes fit into the Essie caps, and so that's what I did there. And that is Mint Candy Apple, the original from Essie. Now, the next blue I have for you is a more periwinkle blue, and this is the iconic KL Polish in St. Clair. I would be lying to you guys if I did not include this in my spring favorites, because this is the polish that got me hooked on basically periwinkles. And so now I have a slew of them, and next year I probably will still be including a periwinkle shade, but look at that gorgeous, gorgeous periwinkle blue. It's just, oh my goodness, it's perfection. And so, you know, if you don't have KL Polish's St. Clair, you can also find that Essie's Bikini So Teeny is so similar. Olive Ave Polish's Cornflower similar. So this is not exactly the most unique polish, but to me it is just absolutely beautiful, and it's the polish that started the periwinkle love for me, and that is KL Polish's St. Clair. The next blue that I have for you is Society Wit's Assateague Island. I think that's how you say it. This is one of my absolute favorite blues of all time. This is actually a brand that is created by Meredith, the same person who creates Pep Nail Vibes. So she has two brands, Pep Nail Vibes and Society Wit. And Society Wit is all creams. And of course, as you know, Pep Nail Vibes are more crellies and, you know, stuff like that. But this to me is a absolutely gorgeous blue. It has that dusty quality to it, even though it's so bright, and to me that just makes it so unique. I mean, look at that. It's just so sort of organic, and so I'm really being slappy there, I'm so sorry, but like it's just so unique to me, and it's perfect for spring, especially as a transition, because like it still has that dusty quality to it that like transitions really well from like winter into spring. And so it's just so beautiful. This is literally, and also this is a 1/4 for me, and this is literally one of my favorite blues on earth, and this is Society Wit's Assateague Island. So now we're gonna go into like the blue green category, so kind of transitioning from blue into green. And the first polish that I'm going to bring in for that is Olive Ave Polish's Aster. This polish blew me away, you guys. I describe it best as a Tiffany blue or a Tiffany green. A lot of people say that's not exactly accurate, but this is how I see it in my eyes. And I do love Tiffany, so I don't know, that's just what reminded me of it, and it is just an absolutely beautiful polish, you guys. Like literally I fell in love with this, and she has a yellow on her collection, on this collection, and I thought that that was going to be my absolute favorite, but no, this is just my favorite. It's just so beautiful. I mean, look at that Tiffany blue. This just blew me away, and this is Olive Ave Polish's Aster. The next green that I have for you is an original pastel sort of mint green, and this is Sally Hansen's Mint Sorbet, and this is the original Mint Sorbet. Now, this is as cult classic to me as Pacific Blue. So if you want to find the same Mint Sorbet, well, the number is 340, and also it has that small X, so pay attention to the packaging. The newer Mint Sorbets are the ones with a longer leg of an X right here, but this to me, I mean, this is just as important to me as Pacific Blue when it comes to like mint greens. This to me is a classic. Look at that gorgeous mint green. This really is to me like the perfect mint green in a sense that it does not lean blue, it does not lean yellow. It is just to me perfection. Now, if you can't find this, I'm sure a lot of other people have, or a lot of other brands have replicated this green. Me personally, I still love the original, but I do also have Miss Kensington from KL Polish. I'm sure you can find another sort of brand or another maker that makes this type of green, but for me, this Mint Sorbet, the original from Sally Hansen, Xtreme wear is perfection. And this would be the kind of polish where if I ran out of this bottle, I would go hunt for it on eBay. Like, that's how much I love it. And this again is Sally Hansen's Mint Sorbet. And then the next green I have for you is Zoya's Ireland. And Zoya's Ireland is a little bit more dusty, and that's what I absolutely love about it. And right now it's a little bit separated, but what I love about this polish is that it's a great transition again from that winter into spring. And if you really don't feel like wearing a lot of bright colors just yet, this would be a very, very good sort of like mossy, not really sagey, it's really like more like a mossy green. So beautiful, or like, I don't know, maybe a khaki green, is that what you call it? Just gorgeous. I wore this last year, I think right around this time in March, and I got lots of compliments for it. It's such a unique color. It's not quite olive per se, but it's just very unique, and it's very pretty. And I love, love, love this kind of like grayed out, dusty, very sort of mysterious green, and that is Zoya's Ireland. The next polish I have for you is a purple, and I do love the sort of purpley pink pastels this time of year. However, today I'm going to show you by Cindy Societal's Taro Milk Tea. This purple to me is just so unique because it has that very bright quality to it, and yet to me it doesn't scream summer. It screams spring because it's very cool toned. It still has that kind of winter vibe. It's not pastel at all, but it's bright, but it's not summer bright. It's just so unique to me. When I saw this, now Cindy Societal, by Cindy Societal, I should say, is a brand coming out of Australia. And when I saw this polish and I saw the rest of the collection, I said, I gotta have all these polishes. And I did end up purchasing, I think, most of, except for one from this collection. And I will link the review or like the swatches down below in my description box. But look at that, you guys. I mean, that purple is just ridiculous to me. I don't think I own anything like it to this day. I'm sure, again, you might, if you scour the earth, you might find something that's quite similar. But for me, this is just so beautiful. Such a gorgeous purple. It's bright, but it's not bright like summer bright, you know what I mean? It's not neon. It's just so gorgeous. And this is by Cindy Societal's Taro Milk Tea. And the last polish I'm gonna bring to you today is actually a topper. And this topper is from Pure Ice, and it's called What's the Splatter? And this is literally my favorite topper for spring. It has these different sized hex glitters that are like white and black and silver, and it also has like some smaller sort of holographic glitters. It's just, again, it's like a splatter, but it's so beautiful and it's so gorgeous over creams, really. So I'm gonna show you it over here on an empty spot, but I might actually also show you it on top of a cream. So there you go. I'm hoping I'm able to get, like, if I do sort of like turn it over for a little bit, I can get some of the big glitters out here, but this is just so beautiful to me. All right, there you go. So that's a sample. Now a very similar one that's actually readily available to this is Zoya's Dallas. And so yeah, so that is it. So that's it, you guys. These are my favorite polishes for spring of 2020. And I have done a second coat on everything, and I just want to do a recap. This is OPI's Funny Bunny, a beautiful sort of ivory creamy off-white. This is MJ Lacquer's Come On Weezy, and this is currently my favorite white Corelli. And as you can see, I'm also wearing another white Corelli from Emily Damali. It's called Sakura. This is H&M's Lemon Tart. This is a very sort of custard looking yellow. It does dry a little bit brighter than it applies, and so it's very cool. This is Painted Phalanges Selectively Social. Currently my favorite sort of baby pink, pastel pink. This is Essie's Mint Candy Apple, the original blue leaning mint candy apple. This one is KL Polish's St. Clair, beautiful periwinkle that started it all for me. This is Society with Assateague Island, a very gorgeous sort of bright and yet dusty blue. This is Olive Ave Polish's Aster, my new go-to Tiffany-ish blue. This is the original Sally Hansen Xtreme Wear in Mint Sorbet. Absolutely beautiful, classic, perfect mint green in my opinion. This is Zoya Ireland, which is again that kind of like dustier and yet lighter olive green that is a perfect transition shade. This is by Cindy Societal's Taro Milk Tea. It is again this absolute beautiful purple, like a violet purple that is not too bright and yet not too sort of summery. It's just so beautiful. And this is a topper from Pure Ice called What's the Splatter, and as you can see on my second coat, I did get one of those bigger silver white glitters. Just such a fun glitter. Comment down below if you guys have the same sort of color palette for spring. Again, like I'm a very traditional seasonal wearer. I do love my spring colors in the spring. I try not to deviate with that. And yeah, so are you more a person who wears something more sort of non-traditional during springtime? Do you like dark colors? Do you like, you know, super bright summery colors? You just can't wait. So I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you're new here, I hope you consider subscribing and hitting that bell button for notifications so we can chat more about anything and everything nail polish. And if you've been on my channel, welcome back, and thank you so much for being here to check out what I have in store for you for spring of 2020. So I hope everybody has a great day, and I will catch you in my next video. Bye!